Clickbait. So the number 2 story is Sony banning the seduction simulator from the PlayStation Store. Did you get to go look at this?
So what I laugh at about this story is when, and of course it was good old my man Jim Sterling doing a story about this thing, about this seduction simulator, and how people started rating it and were rating it really horrible. And like, it was funny because people were rating it. So we're like, where the hell are you doing this thing? Like, what type of cheap motel are you like filming this stuff in? And the guy's like, what cheap motel? That's my bedroom and this and that. And it was just like, what was funny about it, he's like, it's freaking digital homicide all over again. Like, this dude started like bitching at the people, then started filing copyright complaints and stuff to their videos, their reviews and stuff. And it's like, and I laugh. I laugh because the way that he makes a really, really valid point where it's like, you sit there and you bitch about people bitching about your game, and you file these like false copyright complaints, and it's like, where do you think that this is going to end well for you? Like, that's what he sits there and says, like, exactly. Where do you think this is going to go? And it was just so funny because then like the guy starts like apologizing and all that. Of course, after I'm sure a PR firm that he was using like reached out to him and was like, yeah, no, you can't be doing that shit.
You know what it's like? It's like a bee stung you, so you decide, I'm gonna go punch the hive.
Yeah. And God, it was so funny because like when looking at the trailer for it, it's like, it looks so cheesy. But at the same time, it's like so funny because it's like, does this guy really think like he's gonna sell a ton of these like copies of these games? And people are gonna think like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and become this like seduction master by playing this game.
I think that what they're hoping is that people will see like pretty girls and think that if nothing else, they'll be able to look at pretty girls. Now, just to backtrack, just in case people don't know, this game is called Super Seducer, and it defines itself as the world's most realistic seduction simulator, which is bullshit. Let's just put it out there. Regardless of how you might think it either looks good or doesn't look good or plays well or doesn't play well, it's bullshit. Okay. Basically, it's a full motion video type game, and there's been some really good full motion video games that's come out recently. So it's kind of bad when you see one that looks cheesy like this, because when you see some of the other ones that we've reviewed, it's like this one did not have that production value that you've seen in some of the other ones that have come out. It really looks like they almost just grabbed someone's iPhone and is like, let's film this stuff. And basically how it works is, Imagine Dragon's Lair with ladies, and so you'll meet these ladies, and you'll be talking to them, and you'll get to this point, and they'll give you these options of something to say. So they'll say something like, "Oh, I think you're very beautiful," or they'll say something like, "Oh, it's a beautiful day outside," or they'll say something like, "Your tits are too small," and then if you select your tits are too small, she like slaps you, and it's like, and then the guy will come on like, that's not what you should say, and all. It's like, it's really bad. Like, I don't understand how this teaches you, because look, I could understand if like you had maybe 3 or 4 options and all of them sounded really, really good, and then explained how each one can affect each personality type. Like, that could happen. Like, think about like a game like oh my god, now it's failing me. The game where you're playing with as the 2 teenagers. Life is Strange, right?
Oh yeah.
So in Life is Strange, it's drama filled, right? So you could maybe some people don't like it because it's teenage angst filled, but there's so many little things that if you don't do it, like there's a girl, like this heavyset girl is getting picked on. If you don't prevent that from happening, things in later on in the game you won't be able to do with her because you didn't intervene. Something very simple as like someone throws a ball at her, you could block the ball, and if you do, that helps progress like your relationship with her, even though you never spoke to her. Something like below intricate, that could work in a simulator. No. This is like basic, like good answer, medium answer, terrible answer. And it just...
This is what I find funny. So I was like looking at the trailer here. And what's funny is that if you give a bad answer, it shows the little like broken heart. And then it shows him sitting alone in his bedroom, which is hilarious. Now I can see why people were saying like, what type of cheap hotel room did you film this in? What's hilarious is if you pick the mediocre answer, he's now in the room with these two girls in the background fully clothed. And if you pick the correct answer, it's the same two girls, but in their bra and panties in the background.
And hence why he expects it to sell, because it's, even though it was banned from the PlayStation Store, it is on Steam for $10. So they know that there is a segment of the audience that will gladly pay $10 just to be able to get to those scenes, even though you could probably find it on, not probably, even though you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah,
someone will still spend it. But I mean, it looks now. I was looking at some comments because I read this on one of the PlayStation Pro EU website, but I read a couple of other articles about it, and you had some people saying, "Oh, it's because it's demeaning to women." And this guy kind of like speaks to that, and he's saying, "Oh, this is not a dumb full motion video game. It's something that has a lot thought going into it." Yeah, he says we're careful to make sure that the women are all strong in it. And then he said that we made sure that the guy that you play as, gets severely dealt with if he's behaving incorrectly. So he's thinking that, just so if I say something inappropriate and I get slapped or water thrown in my face or walk away from, that makes the woman strong. Not necessarily. It's still the overall concept of the game. Now, I'm not jumping on that bandwagon. If you really want to make a game like this, that's fine. I'm jumping on this game is dumb and not well put together bandwagon.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's funny. It looks like one of those damn like cheesy ass, full motion video, like let's sit there and see what happens, type of freaking games that it's like, oh my god, it's $10 fucking, but who the hell would spend that type of money and shit like that?
Yeah, and like I said, I think the problem is what it's billed as. Like, if it was put like this, for people who know retro gaming, like if it was billed as a Leisure Suit Larry type, where it's almost like they are making fun of themselves. They're not taking themselves seriously. And in a sense, he kind of tries to skate that line of, oh, look at me, but it's kind of a joke. But no, he's trying to be serious with it. If it was clearly a joke, and this was, look at these pickup lines, some work, some don't. Look what happens when it doesn't work. It probably would do better than to act like it's a simulator, because the only thing that's being simulated is stupidity. And it's not even being simulated. It's just stupid. But unfortunately, you can't get it on the PlayStation Store, at least not right now. They might change in the future, but you can get it on Steam if you must. Though I would just say, just go to YouTube and watch the videos. Sorry.
You're better off just, what was the name of that game that we did like a couple shows back when they go to the house party or whatever it was?
Oh, yes. Oh my god.
You're better off buying that damn
that one had more to it than
you had a goal in that game.
Yeah, and you got laid.
True.
Hey guys, listen. You like the games? You like the interviews? You like the shows? How about you click on that subscribe button and also give us a like? We really need your help here, huh?